41 years later, because I couldn't respond to it, I covered my face. I was immediately rendered unconscious. I heard her cry. That's all.
This is all that Sue McDonald remembers from the birth of her first child, 16 and in labour. Sue says she was drugged, isolated and restrained, never told she had a choice to keep her baby girl.
I didn't know the adoption process started in the hospital. And of course what I know now is that it didn't, and it shouldn't have. And they had no right to separate me from my child.
Sue McDonald gave birth at Cottesloe Hospital, bulldozed long ago. Lisa Moore's son was born at King Edward Memorial. She was 15. She says she was given no option but to give up her baby boy.
I never got to see him, hold him, name him or touch him at all.
Her parents weren't there when she signed the adoption papers.
It's weighed out to you that you're this single parent, no job, too young, so you shouldn't be keeping him. If you really love him and have his best interests, you will give him up.
In Queensland, Brisbane's Royal Women's Hospital has set a precedent by formally apologising to women who were bullied into giving up their kids. Sue and Lisa want the same acknowledgement for West Australian mothers, and they're urging other women who went through the same thing to come forward.
Why can't the department and the hospitals acknowledge that their practices and their policies that were put in place caused a lot of emotional damage?
We asked King Edward if such heavy-handed practices at the time ever existed. They refused to answer any of our questions. Their only response, that they recommend anyone with concerns over their case to contact their mediations and legal support service. Sue McDonald says she doesn't hold anything against her daughter's adoptive parents.
They are wonderful people.
But she wants others to know she wasn't given a choice.
It's about my daughter and the children out there knowing that they were not unwanted.
Emmy Kubainski, 7 News.
The pain is obvious.
You can't give me back the years. I missed out on so much in his life, and you can't give me that back.
Lisa McDonald gave up her baby son at 15.
You just didn't talk about it. It hurts.
But now some sense of healing. Health Minister KEMH, who watched Lisa and another mother on 7 News last night, says it's time for official recognition of their pain.
In my view, it never hurts to say sorry, and it never hurts to publicly recognise that those events did occur.
You're happy to publicly apologise to these women?
If that is what they want. I would like the women to contact me and my office.
We told Lisa about the Minister's offer. She took it up immediately.
Yes, Catherine, my name's Lisa McDonald.
Promised an appointment within a fortnight.
What would an apology mean?
To me, it would mean the world. It would mean I can stop blaming myself.
But still no recognition from the hospital where the teenage mum gave up her child. King Edward Memorial Hospital says it has no record of any complaints made about its past policies. As a result, the hospital says it would be awkward to apologise because no one has asked for one.
Why do we have to make the first move for an apology?
Sue McDonald gave up a baby girl at 16.
They were not unwanted.
She also welcomed the Minister's offer of an apology, keen for authorities to acknowledge what happened to so many young mothers. Ellie, Southwood, 7 News. Betty has lived with the heartache of her teenage pregnancy for 44 years. Now, 62, she's asked not to be identified. Her parents still haven't forgiven her for having a child at 16.
I remember my father saying I was as low as the gutter. Well, really, in some ways he did me a favour.
Why?
I rose from the gutter.
Betty heard her son cry but never saw him. Like other mothers who feel they were forced to adopt their babies in earlier decades, she wants a formal apology from King Edward Memorial Hospital. This was the Health Minister yesterday.
But in my view, it never hurts to say sorry. I can't direct the hospital, but I believe the hospital would be happy to do that.
I would like to hear those words come from King Edward Hospital as well.
But no apology from King Edward today. For 3 days, the hospital has refused to grant 7 News an interview. Today we got this brief statement saying the hospital acknowledges the sometimes difficult circumstances surrounding adoption and recommends anyone who has concerns about their care to contact the customer service unit.
I was handed a box with several wedding rings in, and I said, why do I need one of these? I was told, don't argue, just put this on your finger so we can pretend that you are a married woman.
Ellie, Southwood, 7 News.